and welcome to the Magic Reigns E3 podcast.
Yes, it's a podcast.
Yeah, this year we're recapping every major conference that happened in E3, and as a repeat of last year where we did this as a side project, we're going to go all in. We have a diverse cast of characters here. I'm Damon, joined here by Urson.
Hello.
And Alfred, who has just flown in from Hong Kong like 2 hours ago.
So
I'll be honest with you, he hasn't seen anything yet. He doesn't know anything, so we're just going to drop bombshell upon bombshell at him, and hopefully he'll react appropriately.
Yeah, let's do this.
Alright, so quick take. We'll start in order of the conferences from beginning to the end. So the first thing we will talk about is the Outer Worlds. Now, the only thing that I knew about this in the beginning was that it was made by the same developers as Fallout New Vegas. Other than that, I haven't actually known much about it, but after seeing the trailer, it seems like
it's interesting, it's different.
Yeah, seems like there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So what do you take from the trailer?
I mean, thinking back, looking through it, it's a definitely different thing and it's more unique in a sense where it's like, and for a fact that it's from the people who made Fallout New Vegas, which is one of my favorite Fallout games ever. So I'm honestly very excited of what they're gonna do with this entire thing, like going through colonies of the galaxy and whatnot. So it's definitely a great look into something that is quite well known and quite familiar with most of us, and yeah, it'll be interesting how they take it.
Are they made by the same people who made Fallout 76?
No.
Because the word Fallout
No. Okay, Fallout New Vegas is a good game.
76, let's not talk about 76 even though it's...
Yeah.
Yes, 76 don't exist.
Yeah.
We'll bring that up later. So the Outer Worlds is basically set in the far reaches of the galaxy in a small colony called the Halcyon Colony, which is the furthest human colony in the galaxy. Furthest from what? I don't exactly know, but
From Earth?
I guess.
I suppose.
The game comes out October 2019, so not a lot of time to wait.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to figure out what the game is about afterwards. After that, Ninja Theory, who has just recently been acquired by Xbox Game Studios this year, announced a new IP, which is like a 4v4 deathmatch kind of thing, except instead of guns, it's melee combat.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
all
like an
third
Overwatch
person
feel.
kind of stuff. So, I mean, for this entire thing, I mean, we've seen it to death with this kind of PvP games like Overwatch or what's those other ones that we can't really remember. Paladins or whatever.
But people just can't get enough of it, you know?
Yeah,
The
That's true.
cartoonish art style,
Yeah.
the PvP combat, you know? People just loves it.
It's that kind of punky post-apocalyptic kind of feel, which is it's very common nowadays, but it's a definitely interesting take on having third-person shooter kind of POV with melee combat, and it's a 4v4.
Yeah, melee combat looks quite nice.
So
I would like a game about melee combat.
So do you think Bleeding Edge has an edge over Overwatch?
We lost one person from last year, now we have a new one.
This is off to a great start right now. To be fair, I really need something to cure my age after For Honor came out 2 or 3 years ago.
That's true. I mean, at least there's more do, which have any of you played it?
More now, yeah.
More now, yeah.
It's like a
It's first person medieval
wacky version of Chivalry. Tech Alpha for Bleeding Edge begins June 27th, right? Next up, we have Ori and the Will of the Wisp, which is a very highly anticipated game by him. Been waiting for it for a couple of years now. So, bring us up to speed. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Will of the Wisps? At any time now.
Shit.
Family friendly.
No. I mean, I just can't wait for it to come out. The original Will of the Wisp was so beautiful. There was basically no load time for a puzzle game, for a platformer, right?
Any ideas on the new gameplay mechanics?
No.
Because you did not see them, or
Yes, I have not seen it yet. I only know that it's coming out, but I've not seen it yet.
Alright, the form of the stream, off to a great start. Cross over that. Next up, it's a game from the creators of Minecraft. So I'll be honest with you, I got hyped when I saw the opening crawl. It says from the creators of Minecraft. And then I saw a trailer and it was just a dungeon crawler style game with Minecraft assets. It looked exactly like Minecraft. But I thought it'd have a different name.
Yeah, I mean, why the heck not? You just call it Minecraft Dungeons because it's a dungeon crawling game. And like, it's pretty much RPG style kind of game you see with its Minecraft graphics and its pixelized art style. And pretty much you and 4 other co-op players will be going through dungeons and getting more loot, like most of us are very familiar with.
Yeah, so it's like a Diablo dungeon crawler, basically set in a Minecraft universe. Comes out spring 2020. A lot of the games on the list comes out next year,
Or like
or at the end of the year, yeah, during the holiday season. So look forward to it if you're a big fan of Minecraft. I am a big fan, even though I haven't played it in a while.
The last time I played it was like, God, 7-8 years ago.
Okay,
I played Diablo, but that with Minecraft was not to love.
that's the other end of the spectrum. Like us two have played Minecraft first before you, and then you on the other hand is like, I played Diablo.
It's a great hack and slash game. It came out on Switch, it's perfect.
Hack and slash, dude, come on, it's a dungeon crawler. Next up, this one was hotly anticipated when it was announced last year. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We were given a
Quick trailer.
Quick
like a
trailer,
summary trailer-ish.
during the Xbox conference. We saw a full gameplay segment during the E3 briefing, which showed a sequence on the Kashyyyk, the Wookiee planet. I forgot the main character's name, Calcitus or something.
Honestly, quite forgettable at this point.
Like a Jedi in training kind of thing. The game looks great. Seems to be a lot you can do with the Force because you're a Jedi in training. You have like lightsaber tricks, the boomerang saber. There was one bit in the EA segment which wasn't shown here. It was actually shown here where a stormtrooper was like firing a blaster at you, and then you stop the blaster. And
Pretty
then
much like
pull
Kylo
the
Ren
stormtrooper to it and pushed him into the path of the blaster, which then went through him, which was really cool. So it kind of shows us that like there's going to be a lot of ways on how combat evolves throughout the game.
But then again, with EA and its past rap sheet of games,
With its past
Yeah.
Star Wars games.
and with its past Star Wars games,
I'm not putting a lot of hope on this one, guys.
Yeah.
I've got a modicum of hope because it's by Respawn, and I like Respawn games.
But
That's
it's also by EA.
I mean,
That's true.
we just have to wait and see, which is coming out on November 15th,
November
2019.
15th, that's correct.
Yeah.
Up next, there is a new horror game, which
Mhm.
is quite a surprise because this IP is something that I never expected
To come back at all.
to come back from the dead, basically. It's called Blair Witch. So I'm assuming it's based on the
Blair Witch movies.
the Blair Witch Project movie that's nearly 2 decades old at this point,
Mhm.
probably
Which-
even more.
I have not seen any of them.
The Blair Witch Project is basically the one of the pioneers of the
Camera
camcorder style.
shaky kind of
Oh,
taking video.
Like if you see Cloverfield, where Cloverfield did it really well, that's how the Blair Witch Project
it all
started.
started from there.
Yeah.
And with that being said, when I was watching the trailer at first, I thought it was an Outlast game, or
Yeah, because of the camera, right?
a friend of mine was saying that because he's holding a flashlight and whatnot, he thought it was an Alan Wake game, but ended up it's a Blair Witch game, which I can suppose none of us could even fathom the idea that
I don't feel
Blair
we were
Witch-
old enough to understand the Blair Witch Project when it came out at first. But now that it's out, I guess it's a good time for us to get back up to speed.
Yeah.
No release date for this game, but it does look absolutely terrifying, and I know the perfect person to play it.
God damn it, no! Please.
So, up next is one of our biggest reveals of the
Yes.
Xbox conference, the most hype reveal, which is
Keanu Reeves! Oh wait, you're in Cyberpunk 2077.
But yeah,
why do you do this? Yes, Cyberpunk 2077 by CD Projekt Red. Now, the trailer that they showed us during this brief was
a showcase of our character going through like some kind of
Yeah.
exchange and whatnot, and things go sour.
So this cinematic trailer was basically a continuation of last year's 48-minute tech demo. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you do because it is a very, very beautiful demo. And it's a very beautiful game.
it may be
It's
48.
so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's like even though it's 48 minutes, but every single minute of this.
Yeah, I never felt 48 minutes.
Yeah.
And before he spoiled it, I'd just like to mention that at the end of the trailer, we were greeted with a surprise appearance by none other than Keanu Reeves, who then appeared on stage to massive fanfare and hype.
Yep.
Everyone was absolutely blown away just by the fact that Keanu Reeves has not been part of a game since the original Matrix.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, that game came out in 2000.
Oh.
Yes. So this is very nice. It kind of brings us to the idea that games are just another medium to tell a story.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves is a great storyteller if the story involves a really grizzled, bearded, long-haired man with
The silver arm and
penchant
everything.
penchant for vengeance.
Do you
That sort
think
of
his
thing.
dog will appear in this game?
Maybe a robot dog?
Maybe a cyberized dog.
Yeah, exactly.
I played that game.
So moving on.
Yeah. A few indie games came out, such as Spiritfarer, which is sort of like a game where you're on a houseboat and you just expand it. It's got a lot of themes that personally not a big fan of, but people might enjoy that sort of thing. It's a matter of personal preference.
So it's like a city builder.
It's not really a city
It's
builder.
a boat
Yeah,
builder.
it's a boat builder. So it's like stacks and stacks of communities and whatnot. It's like
Yeah.
builder with more characters.
Yeah.
On a boat.
There's also
Sounds a lot more cooler than it
yeah,
sounds.
there's also RPG Time: The Legend of Right, which actually looks like one of the most interesting and aesthetically pleasing RPGs that I've ever seen. One of the best looking indie games based on the trailer alone. It's basically an RPG where
Kind of have to feel like you're playing a Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah, it feels like you're in a tabletop game,
Yeah.
and the canvas, your book, is the map. You have to guide your character through the map of the book, and it's drawn in. So it looks
Pencil,
it looks like a doodle you make at school, that kind of thing. When you're bored in class, and you want to just draw things. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
Okay.
But besides that, another game that we never expected to come out was, of course, Battletoads.
I thought that game died
Well,
We all-
it
30
did.
years ago.
No, it did, but it sort of came back as a cult classic. Because when you think about Battletoads, what do you think about
That
Battletoads?
cursed level.
That cursed level where they're just like going through at breakneck speeds, crashing into everything. Or like when you play through a level and you find out you can actually beat your own teammate.
Yeah.
And then the entire level was just two of you trying to sabotage
Yeah.
each other.
So Battletoads is coming back. Same gameplay style as the last one.
So it's pretty much a huge nostalgia
yeah,
trip.
it's a 3-player beat 'em up basically, and it's pretty hype, I guess, with the new art style. Lots of indie games were announced in the Xbox Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass, if you haven't heard yet, it's basically a service that you subscribe to, and then you get to pick and choose what games you want to play. It's like PlayStation Plus, except the games aren't given to you. You get to choose what you want to play.
Yeah, so if you guys are familiar with Origin Access or PlayStation Now, which is actually now available in Malaysia, it's pretty much, in a layman's term, is Netflix for gaming.
Yes, it's correct. Yeah.
So you get to choose whatever games you want, you get to play them all through a streaming service with Xbox now.
Yeah, and they also have an offer for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, where you can join for only $1, and it comes with Game Pass for PC, Game Pass for Xbox, as well as a subscription to Xbox Live Gold, which is absolutely huge value.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a great start in the right direction for
Mm.
Xbox to do something like this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
After that, we have Microsoft Flight Simulator, which again, not expected, completely out of left field. But as a fan of simulators myself, I gotta say that game looks absolutely mind-blowingly good.
But why?
Why? As a fan
Why not?
of not playing that game,
Come on, man. You can't hate. There's a game for everybody.
All you do is fly.
why don't you be a pilot?
You don't shoot
Because
anything.
I can't.
It's called
can.
LASIK surgery.
Oh.
He did it.
I didn't.
Yeah, not me the money. I can buy games. I can't actually fly things. After that, another bombshell. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition features an all-new campaign with remastered audio and 4K resolution, which means I can now enjoy my favorite Wololo in 4K. How do you say that? I'll buy it day one. No problem.
Good lord. I mean,
You better buy it. I need someone to play with you. Come on.
come on.
I'm not buying it.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a great nostalgia trip to bring back something that it's how old at this point?
Oh, yeah, nearly 2 decades.
Yeah. So,
So
I think-
many games are coming out from that decade.
Yeah. It's about the time where like us as kids have now
Yeah.
grown up into like young adults who get to pick and choose what we want to play. And sometimes you just want trip down memory lane, basically.
I'm just more excited for Red Alert Remastered when
Not
that's
gonna
No.
happen.
No.
Never happen. Studio's dead, man. After that, we have Wasteland 3, which is a continuation of the Wasteland series. And I like the Wasteland series. It's basically what Fallout 1 and 2 would have been like in the 21st century.
Mhm.
The isometric point and click where you want to go, that kind of thing. It looks great. New art style, it's set in Colorado.
Kind of feels like XCOM but post-apocalyptic and in Colorado.
Maybe not XCOM, but let's just draw parallels to the original 2 Fallout games because that's where
Yeah.
the similarities are. After that, Xbox Game Studios also dropped us an announcement where they have acquired Double Fine Productions. Now, Double Fine Productions is well known for, of course, Psychonauts and Brutal Legend, and I guess you can say all three of us love the original Psychonauts.
Yes.
That game
So
came out
amazing.
in 2005, so it's been 14 years.
God, I feel old.
We are old. So Psychonauts 2 showed us a new gameplay trailer. Yeah, not a gameplay trailer, cinematic trailer.
Mhm.
And it looks nice, it looks good. Can't really say much about it unless we see some actual game. We did see gameplay basically.
It's very Psychonautsy, where it's like super trippy and you have no idea where you're taking ecstasy half of the time.
That's true, yes. Right, after that, Lego Star Wars. Another Star Wars game, this time with Lego. This is going to be a compilation of all 9 movies. I know I said 9, the 9th movie is coming out very soon, and after that, the game will come out.
I think this is gonna be the only Star Wars game that is gonna be a success.
Of course, Lego
Could
Star Wars.
Fallen Order.
Lego Star Wars has always been good.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be a success because it's Lego.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anything
and
with
also-
Lego would be awesome.
Yeah, but it's also because the story is more well paced.
Yeah.
It has a touch more comedy, and kids
And
like
it's
that
funny,
sort of thing. Yeah, it's funny. Afterwards, Dragon Ball Project Z, a project teased from last year, it has a new name it's now called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and it follows the adventures of our beloved Saiyan Goku from the beginning of the Saiyan saga to the Frieza saga. Haven't seen much about the Cell saga, though I will assume it will be for Dragon Ball Z Gohan, which probably won't come out.
Probably not anytime
Yeah,
soon.
I like Dragon Ball Z. These two, not so much. I'm a massive fan of Dragon Ball Z. And this game just looks great. Like, it's like Xenoverse, except all the effects are turned up to 11. And it's...
I mean,
that's just how it is.
It looks exactly like the anime itself, the original anime itself. But
That
it's
is
so much
not
more
true.
Really?
It's in 3D. Of course it doesn't look like anime.
It looks
Fair
better.
enough.
It looks better.
Another indie game coming out called 12 Minutes. Seems to be an interactive thriller about a guy trapped in a time loop.
With his wife, wife.
Yeah, his wife, trying to get his wife to confess to murdering the dad. I have no idea. That's about the extent of what we know, and they have to do it before this guy comes and messes up the both of them.
So it's interesting to see there's many scenarios and how you can play out different events that you're gonna play out throughout the entire game and how to survive if you can.
Yeah. After that, we have Away to the Woods, which is also a very, very weird game. Developed by one guy, by the way, Anthony Tan. I keep saying it looks like Tokyo Jungle, which it does, because it's about animals in Tokyo.
But it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's where the similarities end.
It's kind of like The Last of Us, but deers.
I played that.
I guess it's coming out in 2020.
So am I expecting a deer to hold a gun,
No,
fighting zombies?
no, but the antlers glow.
Yeah.
Good
And
enough.
you can ram with your antlers.
Yeah. Like after that, another big reveal: Gears 5. Now, how many of you have played Gears of War? Like all 4 or 5 games,
Just one.
including Judgment.
Just one.
No?
and
Okay.
two.
You have an Xbox One, man. What a disgrace. What a disgrace.
Man, it was for Halo 5 and that's about it. Now just collecting dust.
Yeah. Trailer didn't show much except that the song was by Billie Eilish.
Let that sink in for a second.
The one behind the bad guy in here. That song.
Moving on.
He's too old. He's too old for all of us. The game comes out September 10th, and people who pre-order the game and or subscribe to Xbox Game Pass will be able to play it 4 days early. Now, that's not the only Gears of War 5 news. There will be also a multiplayer tech test happening on July 17th. So if you like a chance to jump into the multiplayer and give it a test run before the game comes out, you can do that. Also, Horde mode, which comes out August 19th.
This
Where-
is Escape.
No.
it's not.
Horde mode is
Oh,
basically
that's
the
different.
survival one. And then yes, Escape. Escape is another sort of addition to Gears 5, where it's a scenario in which you play as a hive buster, one of 3, and you have to invade one of the hives and plant a bomb and escape. Simple stuff. Nothing to properly explain. After that, we have the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2. Now, that controller looks absolutely fantastic.
I would buy it if I'm balling on cash, but most likely I would just use it for my PC.
That's true.
I'm gonna buy it, but I don't have an Xbox.
You just use it on
Yeah,
PC.
just use it on PC. I have an Xbox now, it's just collecting dust.
It's kind of sad because now Xbox has come out with a good conference, so they have a reason to dust it off.
That new controller is amazing. There's so much.
Stuff.
Yeah, so much stuff and whatnot. With like,
So it comes with
triggers and
it
So much-
comes with stuff with like
I want to say it's so much customizable.
it's
options.
yeah
You can tweak the weight of the controls.
you can tweak the
analog stick and whatnot.
tension
analog
of the analog sticks. You
The
can set
triggers.
custom profiles for different games.
It feels like they take every pro controller that is on the market out there and turn it into their own official controller.
Yeah, and it looks really good. It's got sleek black. It's got wraparound rubber grips, so your sweaty hands don't.
And finally, Type-C USB.
Yes,
on
Type-C USB
controllers.
support. Type-C
Good
USB
lord.
support, 40-hour battery life. So if you want to spend an entire work week on one charge, you can.
Which you shouldn't be, but you know, you could.
You could, yes. So that was the controller. No price, but you're allowed to pre-order it now on the Xbox website.
And just guess.
Yeah, I'm just just gonna guess like $400.
$400.
Nah, it'll be like at most 200.
It's still cheaper than
No.
the Apple stand.
True.
Let's not go there. Next up, we have Dying Light 2. Now, this game has been rumored to be in development for quite some time, since the original Dying Light came out 2-3 years ago. Yeah. We finally saw what the setting is. It's kind of like the Division 2, where it's a post-apocalyptic world, but humanity has already started to rebuild society.
Then you're
And-
playing as some sort of infected and you're like
Yeah,
an edgy rebel kid.
Yeah, I'm expecting superpowers. Probably not gonna happen. But you'll
We just have to see. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same thing. Parkour, beat zombies to death.
Yeah, of course. The game comes out next year as well. Next up, one of my favorite pieces of news: Forza Horizon 4 gets a new expansion pack. And while you may remember Forza Horizon 3 had Hot Wheels, this year they have Lego.
Because why not? Why not?
why
more
not?
Legos?
Everything goes better with Lego.
Yeah, exactly. Lego
My
Star
point
Wars,
exactly.
Lego Avengers, I guess.
Lego Lord of the Rings.
Lego
you guys
Lord,
play?
yeah, exactly. So these Lego expansions came with a pretty cringy remix of Everything is Awesome, to be expected. You'll have full size Lego cars that you can drive around, Lego avatars, so you can have like
Your favorite Lego characters to just drive your cars. and all
yeah.
that
So
stuff.
what we've seen so far is pretty awesome stuff, and I hope to run around in a Lego Ferrari within the week. It comes out this week.
Lego Batmobile.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Make it happen.
Yeah, we only ever saw 3 cars and a few trucks.
So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, a new area. It's probably going to be called Legoland. It's called Lego Speed Champions, and it will be out this week. Next up is a mobile game, which is quite surprising considering it's an Xbox conference. It's also surprising because it's a Gears game.
What?
But with Pop,
Yeah, with Funko Pop.
Again, what?
Yeah,
it's a Gear War.
it's
Gears of
technically a
War.
Gears of War game, except the Gears characters are all Funko Pops.
What?
Do you know what a Funko Pop is?
I know, but I'm still shocked at the news.
Yeah.
Trust me, we all are.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's sort of like Clash Royale,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. If you're into that, you might enjoy this. I personally do not like the look of Funko Pops. I think they're absolutely terrifying with that big eyes, huge ass foreheads, and really square heads.
But I think it's fun for the kids. Even though you shouldn't be letting your kids playing a Gears game.
it's not violent,
Yeah, it's not violent, but
but it's still
It's a
it's
Gears
like,
game.
it's horrifying.
The earlier they learn, the better.
After that, we have State of Decay 2, another zombie apocalypse game, this time featuring a new story. You get to play as 2 different characters, walking 2 different paths, completely different, complete opposites of one another.
with very outdated graphics and just talking and more talking throughout the trailer.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, considering the fact that we've already seen Days Gone and Dying Light 2, it kind of dulls the impact of it a bit. But I don't know, we'll have to see what it is, because State of Decay isn't a base game. It's kind of like an indie game compared to the size
It's
of
made by indie developers.
I guess. Next up is a game where I wasn't really expecting to see, because that
Again,
game,
none of us.
yeah, MMO is kind of dead.
Whoa. You should probably just trigger.
Okay, there are probably some hardcore players of Phantasy Star Online 2. But yes, Phantasy Star Online 2 is coming to Xbox, and it will be free to play for players in the West by
coming
next year.
coming to spring 2020.
Yeah, all the content is going to be there, all free to play. Just download the game and play, create a character. Another sort of like really old game they're bringing back is a game called Crossfire X, which is actually an adaptation of an older PC game called Crossfire. You may have heard of it, or you may not. Apparently, it's a craze that has swept all across Asia. That game came out in 2007. 12 years later, it's now coming to Xbox.
So why not?
I guess why not? Next up, your favorite game, a Tales game,
Yes!
called Tales of Arise.
Tales of Arise,
Yeah.
the new graphics. I've been asking for that for the past 2 Tales games. I mean, things has not changed for a while, and when it finally did, holy crap! I nearly pissed when I saw the graphics.
Okay.
I just can't wait.
Yeah, sure. Comes out next year as well. The only takeaway from that is I see the 2 main characters, and one of them has a gun. And I love guns. I've never seen a Tales game with a gun.
Murica. I mean, yeah.
Miracle! Yeah, that's the way it is. Up next, Borderlands 3. Heard about this a lot. There's a lot of hoo-ha on it, on PC especially after the Epic Games debacle. But let's ignore the fact that PC players are getting shafted. Let's talk about Xbox. Game comes out on September 13th. So if you've pre-ordered it now, look forward to it. Before that, also Borderlands 2 surprisingly has gotten a new piece of DLC. It's called what was it called?
Commander Lilith something.
Yeah,
Commander Lilith and something. I can't remember.
yeah. It's basically a story tied to
Yeah.
Borderlands 3. So it kind of explains the big time gap between the 2 games.
Time to reinstall Borderlands 2.
I just bought the Handsome Collection this morning
When
Why?
it was free in PSN.
because I don't have a PS4.
But you're not handsome.
Okay, ad hominem it is. Alright. Yeah, Handsome Collection is still on sale on Steam and on Xbox Game Pass for free if you subscribe.
And if you're on PlayStation, because most people don't have Xboxes like I do, you can get it on PSN right now for free. So yeah, be sure to download it before it goes away.
Yep. Next up, this is a pretty big piece of news because we've heard leaks about it. Like we knew about it from quite a while back. From Software is developing a game alongside a Game of Thrones writer, George R. Martin. So what do you think about this collaboration?
I'm not going to make it past stage 3, that's for sure.
Of course, it's a From Software game.
But it's by George R. Martin,
Mm-hmm.
right? He writes amazing stories, Game of Thrones, as you know. Last season doesn't count.
Of course, none shall talk about that. But it will be most of us, I'm pretty sure, we're just gonna watch gameplay footages because we are terrible at From Software games.
Now speak for yourselves.
Or we're going to play
okay.
it, screw it up, fail and fall and die a million times, then put it up on YouTube.
Again, speak for yourselves.
We just have to wait and see.
Yeah, okay, sure. Nothing much about the game, only a reveal trailer, which has a bit of theming. It's kind of like red, lots of red,
Fire and
decay,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
It has that Westworld Season 2 vibe for me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anyone else caught it because it has the old school thematics, but also kind of mixing with
new themes and whatnot, yeah. More modern themes.
robotic themes.
Yeah, I think there was a scene where she was putting on a prosthetic.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. So we go over to gameplay, not gameplay, technology showcases where big reveals were showing up. First on the agenda is Project X Cloud, which is Microsoft's attempt at streaming games as a service. So do you know anything about this? What do you know about it so far?
It's on Xbox, so no.
Oh, great start. It's sort of like
Stadia?
Stadia. No, not Stadia. Is it
PlayStation now.
PlayStation Now?
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, where like you can stream games from servers, from data centers, or you can use your own console as a server for people to stream games from. And it looks really cool. Not sure how the implementation will work. We'll just have to wait and see.
Whether it will work at all to begin with?
I think it might. Give it a good few months or so.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of few months, a new generation of console has been announced, and Xbox is the first one to throw the punch with its new console. It's currently called Project Scarlet, and well, there was a lot of talk about it, how it outperforms the outgoing Xbox One X by 4 times. There's a lot of jargon going on. They're hyping it up to be like the ultimate console.
More tech words and more tech words above those.
Yes. What we do know about it is that they have promised us 120 FPS, which is quite frankly really awesome.
With 8K resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8K resolution, real-time ray tracing, and a promise to eliminate load times by the usage of an SSD instead of a hard drive.
And most of us can't even afford an 8K TV to begin with.
Well, give it a few
So-
time. Technology will get cheaper eventually.
I'm sorry, I'm a broke college kid.
Right, so besides that, there's also talk about hang on. About the console, it comes with a launch title, which as you would expect from Microsoft, is a Halo title. Take it away, Urs, and talk us through Halo Infinite.
So, it's been a long time coming after the downfall of Halo 5 that we all know. Halo Infinite is taking place just right after, at least I think it's right after they didn't really give a showcase.
I read on a Reddit thread somewhere it takes place about 5 years after Halo 5.
And pretty much in the trailer it's just a cinematic trailer showcasing some dude fighting Chief, and Chief comes back, and Chief being the most badass character there is, and like instead of saying, oh, we're gonna cower away and run, we're gonna fight whatever is there. And
He made it sound a lot more badass than you, but go on.
obviously, because that's Chief, but yeah, I'm obviously gonna be really excited for whatever they're gonna show story-wise and how they're gonna expand it. Just bring back the flirt once again. And yeah, when's it coming? Did they say anything that it's gonna come out?
Oh, yeah, it's a launch title, so it'll come out alongside the new console. Which is
yes.
holiday 2020.
Lots
So-
of 2020 games.
Yeah, there's a lot of games coming out in 2020. So that will do it for our Microsoft conference recap. And we'll see you next time for more E3 coverage of all the other conferences.
Mhm.
Until next time, we'll see you around. Next up on our list is Bethesda. Peace.
Bye.